Hi guys, I am serving you face today. Can you see that? Yes. I'm gonna start voguing like Madonna. Please go just take a moment. Can we just take a moment? Look at this. I love how this look came out because I'm obsessed. I'm feeling like I want to marry my face right now. Just saying. And no, that's not conceitedness. That's just like, damn, this look really came out bomb. This is for New Year's. It's definitely a lot more dramatic than what I usually do on my channel. In 2016, I promised to bring you all more fun looks instead of such natural looks like I've noticed that I've done. I don't know why, because my makeup is usually looking like this, like a drag queen, because drag queens are just my favorite people in the whole world. I really hope you enjoy this tutorial. It took me forever to film because one thing or another just kept popping up. There was fucking noises in the background and just a lot of stuff happened. So I really hope you enjoy this video and you appreciate it just as much as I did. I hope that everyone's dreams come true and that you have an amazing year next year, and let's get started. So I decided to put on my foundation and moisturize and prime my face before I even started filming because you guys have seen that quite a few times. I use the Olay All Day Moisturizer to moisturize my face. I use the L'Oreal Magic Lumi as a primer. And as foundation, I use the Infallible Pro Matte by L'Oreal in the color, oh my gosh, in the color 108 Caramel Beige. And I mixed it with the Tan de Chanel by Chanel. It's pretty much kind of like an illuminator that I like to sometimes mix with my foundation to kind of give it a little more glow, because this look has to be glowy because it's New Year's, so we gotta attract some attention to our beautiful face. As a primer for my eyes, I'm gonna use just concealer because I cannot find my primer for the life of me. So this is the Maybelline New York concealer in Sand. So it's in the color Sand number 20. I'm gonna put it all over my lid. If you are a beginner, I would definitely suggest to do your shadow first, because this look that we're going for today definitely is gonna have a bit of fallout. Or you can use these babies. These are called, you guys see it? These are called Shadow Shield. So you kind of just peel them and you put them under your eye. Like that. It feels a little weird at first, but I'm sure you can handle it. Oh yeah, it totally does feel weird. Oh my goodness. I'm like, can't breathe. Yeah. I don't know how to pronounce this brand. Bedlam? Delium? Bedlam? I don't know. Sorry. That's what it's called. In the number 785. It's very similar to a Sigma E40. For this look, I'm going to use the Morphe Brushes Palette 35P. And I love it. It's so beautiful. Look at that. I've used this palette before, I think. But if not, then you guys are about to see how amazing it is. All right, so I'm going to use this color right here. I'm gonna dip the brush very lightly, and this is gonna be kind of a cut crease look, so I'm gonna focus the color only on the top of my lid so that we can leave the rest of the lid open for the sparkly stuff that we're gonna use. I need to go get my eyebrows done because they're looking kind of cray right now. With a smaller brush, this is the Real Techniques base shadow brush, but it's definitely smaller than the brush that I was using. I'm going to pick up just a little bit of a darker color which is going to be the one next to the color that we just used for our transition. And again, focus only on your upper lid area. It is kind of a dark shadow. Don't get scared. Just buff it out, as you can see. At first, Morphe shadows are kind of difficult to blend. I would be totally lying if I told you otherwise. But for the price, they are still good shadows. So sometimes you just got to work with it. I'm going to go ahead and dip the same brush that we were using for this color right here once again. And this time, instead of doing this, I'm going to point it like this so that we can really get that cut crease effect. Just like so. Just going to go back and forth. And I'm going to try not to touch my lid area whatsoever so that that color can really be defined. If you guys hear any background noise, I'm so sorry. I wish that I was the only one in the neighborhood at home today, but since today's Christmas, I'm not. So everybody and their mama is running around. And you can kind of already tell that we're getting that effect because the lid is completely blank and all of the work that we've been doing is on top. You go back to the palette and grab this black color with the same brush that we were using. Very, very lightly dip it in there because I don't want my top lid to be completely black. I just kind of want to use it as an accent color. And I'm going to use the same technique. Instead of doing this, I'm going to directly point it to my lid so that I have perfect control of where I'm placing the shadow. And I'm going to use it only right on my crease. Just like that. So you could definitely be even more defined. And now you can totally tell what we're trying to do here. Next, I'm going to use Too Faced glitter glue. This is the best glitter glue that I have tried. If you guys know of a better brand, then go for it. But this is the one that I'm going to use. And I'm going to use just a regular concealer brush to apply it. I'm going to apply it only on my lid. So just put a little bit of it. And I'm going to apply it directly on my lids. With this same concealer brush, I'm going to grab this super sparkly shadow and I'm going to apply it only on my lid area. We're done with the top of our eyes. You can leave the look like this. I personally want to go as dramatic as possible because I'm going to be receiving the new year like this. So I'm going to do some stuff to the bottom of the eye. And if you guys want to add it to your look, then by all means. If not, then this looks perfectly fine to me. It's a very fun look, but it's also not for everyone because it is a little bit dramatic. So if you think that this is too much for you, of course, you're more than welcome to kind of take off a few steps so that it could be a little more natural when you wear it. I'm going to go ahead and take this off. And it doesn't really show on camera, but it definitely did catch a lot of the fallout. So I think this is a good invention. I like it. But it also proved to me that I guess I'm not that terrible at makeup because I definitely was able to contain the fallout on this side, even though I was only wearing the shadow shield on this side. So, yay me. I always have a problem with my bottom waterline eyeliner disappearing on me like throughout the day. And if you're going to wear this for New Year's, I mean, I'm sure you're going to get crunk either at the club or wherever you're at. And the last worry that I would want you to have is your makeup. So I'm going to set my bottom eyeliner with black shadow. And I'm going to use a eyeliner brush. I'm just going to lightly dip it into a black shadow and then put it on my waterline. Just like that. Can you guys see? Yeah. This is the Vincent Longo eye pencil, and I'm going to put it on my waterline. Which I don't ever do, so this is feeling a little funky. Don't worry if it's messy because we're gonna buff it out. I'm gonna do the other side. With a MAC 219 pencil brush, I'm gonna dip the brush into the color that we use as transition, and I'm gonna buff my waterline with it. Just gonna go back and forth. Back and forth. See how it looks a lot neater than this side. Next step is concealer, because this is definitely a whole face tutorial, so bear with me, we're almost done. I'm gonna use the same concealer that I used as a base for my shadow all over my under eye. And I'm gonna go into like a triangle shape. I'm gonna use a beauty blender to blend it out and get as close to my shadow as possible, but without disturbing it, obviously. Just gonna tap, tap, tap away. To set this concealer, I'm gonna use the Anastasia contour kit. Looks like this. And I'm gonna use both of these colors. Baking basically just means leaving your setting powder on for a while so that you can be highlighted as fuck when you're done. So that's exactly what I'm gonna do. Notice how I'm putting like a bunch of powder, and all I'm doing is just tapping the beauty blender in there and applying it. I'm gonna do the same thing to my other side. We're gonna move on to contouring. I'm gonna use my NARS contouring brush, and I'm gonna use the same kit that I used to set my concealer to start contouring my face. We're just gonna do light strokes first to begin, and then build it up. Because again, this has to be quite dramatic since it's New Year's. Yes, that's a line on my face. A lot of the girls that I've talked to before that aren't necessarily used to contouring. They're like, well, isn't it just lines on your face? No. Of course, if you leave a fucking line on your face, it's gonna look weird. But if you do it right and you blend it, it's gonna look flawless. I don't know if any of you girls have noticed how flawless Adele's contour is. Oh my goodness. That Hello video, I'm like, yes girl, work that contour. It's amazing. I think I like her contour more than the song. Don't kill me. I don't have much of a forehead, but again, I want this look to be as dramatic as possible. So I'm gonna do just a little bit of contouring on my forehead so that it could be equaled out. Oh my gosh, I'm going on 30 minutes. I gotta chop with this video before I bore you guys to death. All right, so now that we have our lines set, I'm just gonna move it around just like that to buff out the line. And all I'm doing is basically just going back and forth. Now I'm ready for some eyelashes. So I'm going to put a quick coat of mascara. I'm using the Too Faced Better Than Sex mascara, which is the best mascara in the whole wide world, just so you know. So I'm going to put like 2 coats of this on. I'm going to use a bit for the bottom as well. Try not to blink too much when you put mascara on, because then you'll just have a disaster because you're going to end up looking like a damn raccoon. I'm going to use these gorgeous, gorgeous lashes. I'm so excited for you guys to see how these are going to look. They're fucking beautiful. Beautiful. I'm going to put this on my right eye, right at the base of the lash line. Eyelashes on, boom. It's like the whole look just completely changes once you put some of these babies on. Dust some of the powder off of my baking that I was doing under my eye. Then I'm gonna put on some blush and some highlighter, and then we'll do our lippies and we will be done. For blush, I'm going to use Jordana in the color Terracotta, and I'm going to use a blush brush from Real Techniques, just on the apples of my cheeks. For highlighter, I'm going to use Jaclyn Hill's Champagne Pop. I'm not going to show it on camera because I was a total klutz and dropped this a couple of months back, and it's totally broken and it doesn't look so great, but it still works, so it's cool. I'm going to use this Eco Tools fan brush, and I'm going to apply the Champagne Pop only on the tops of my cheeks. Look at that highlight though. Yes. I'm going to grab like a bunch more for this side. I wish you guys could see this in person. It's gorgeous. For New Year's, I'm not going to use matte. I'm going to use a gloss because I just want to be as glowy as possible. Alrighty, let me just go put my hair down and I'll be right back. And just like that, we are done for our New Year's look. I hope that everyone enjoyed it. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in 2016. Bye!